It is a brand new week, and not just an ordinary brand new week. It is a week that has seen a lot of people back to their happy selves. The Soccer League in the UK started the EPL and it ends today. They've saved the best to last. To Tottenham playing at Leicester, newly promoted Leicester, but it has been a great week of football thus far. Of course, all the football bets, hopefully you took a few and went onto that Betway website because you would have got some very good value. But we're going to be talking racing. We've got a double header of racing coming through from the Northern Free State. We're at the Vaal on both Tuesday and Wednesday. Obviously, we're going to utilize both services. We're going to use the classic track on Tuesday, which is what we're going to discuss now. And later, Wednesday, we'll preview the Wednesday meeting, which will be on the standside tracks. Without further ado, lots to discuss. Mr. Maria, very, very, very good morning to you. First of all, by default, very well done for the pick six. Caught it, I think, worked it out 39 times with the two legs abandoned at Durbanville. But you were cruising, and if you'd just been a bit more bullish about King Pelez, I think would have put it even many, many more times. But well done for that. Unfortunately, the elements intervened once again, and we lost the last three races.
Yeah, I think it was a topsy-turvy weekend, to be quite honest. We did find a good few winners. That banker came home. I mean, Holding Thumbs was priced up as big as 4-1.
Yes, and it's won like a good thing.
Yeah, but
good day for Gary Player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they had three on the bounce.
Three winners.
But as they say, Cecil, that's water under the bridge.
Oh, you're becoming very
help.
philosophical in your old age.
Doesn't help. We need to tip winners today, tomorrow, this coming
and
week.
And forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with what is a very trappy start. It's a maiden plate, a work rider's maiden plate. It's over the 1,000 meters. And we still need a declaration for what could be one of the principles. This horse was tipped to me the last time that it would be a big runner tomorrow, and that is a Perini Palace.
Yeah, no jockey.
Yes.
Cecil, I don't know. I don't know about that form line, to be quite honest.
The Cartagena.
Yeah, I'll give it a chance, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Now, the same can be said about Melissa Vaal. Her form lines aren't that great. Funny enough, her latest form line is actually standing up quite nicely. We saw a winner from there, Autumn Vaal.
Autumn Vaal eventually got it right at the fourth time of asking.
Yeah, Hey Julia, who ran fourth in that race, came out and ran second, and the horse that ran third came out and ran a place. So whatever's run has done quite well. Now this filly, let me touch on the positives.
Yes.
She's got pace.
Yes.
She's got the experience. She's got the fitness. She's got the work rider in Penasila aboard. She tries blinkers for the first time, but she lacks in ability. But all of those factors are certainly in her favor, and she could certainly run a place.
Okay.
The current favorites, a little bit short in the betting, Miss Monroe. Yeah, she disappointed last time out in KwaZulu-Natal. I expected more from her. A horse that ran behind her came out and ran second, blowing in the wind over the weekend.
Yes.
She's got Chamo aboard. That's a major asset on her side. So yeah, I'm going in the safe route. I'm not bankering number 7. I'm going 5 and 7.
5 and 7. That is the start of our bipod, the first of two bipods at the Vaal over the next 72 hours, and that was on Tuesday, Classic Track Race 1. All right, so we continue our preview for Tuesday racing at the Vaal. We're on the classic track. We get into that first leg of the place accumulator. This is a maiden plate over the 1,000 meters. And looking at the favoritism, well, it is going to be 8 smashing, who edges it 2-1, was shortened into 19-10 overnight. And then second favorite is Perennial Place Getter number 2. Pacific at least has been consistent over the last two outings. And Muzieni retains the ride this afternoon, is at 28-10. Beyond that, you're looking at the likes of the One Remains of the Day on stable debut. That is at, in fact, not debut, but after gelding, it has been a 4 matchet. That is at 13-2. Shorter than that is a 7, Pursuit of Fame. So that's a guide. So your favoritism is 8, followed by the 2 and the 7, both at 7-2.
Yes. Now, the interesting form line has to be the Commander of All Run, where both Smashing and Pacific took place. Now, in that race, you'll see that Smashing got the better of Pacific, right? She ran third and Pacific ran fourth. So she's beaten Pacific, and she's as much as 8.5 kilograms better off. Can you believe that?
Yes, yes.
So she should, on that form, or on that run, confirm the form with Pacific. In saying that, Pacific was unlucky on that occasion. He was eased at a crucial stage. Since with the blinkers being fitted, he has been more consistent. So I certainly have respect for Pacific. He's got the fitness on his side, the racing fitness, that is. So based on that run, you have to be in Smashing's corner. The horse that interests me is Remains of the Day. Now, Mr. Matchett has had, well, we are fortunate in that he's commented in the front of the computer form, because this horse has been off for quite some time.
Yes.
But he says Remains of the Day is fit and well, and he's having his comeback run as a gelding. You touched on that, Cecil. So I think this horse could run fresh. And I had a look at his breeding. You know, his dam was a sprinter. She won over 1,000 meters. So maybe he could run fresh and trouble the top two in the betting. Do you think it's a three-cornered contest between numbers 1, 2, and 8? In the PA, I think 1 and 8 will get us through.
Okay, 1, 2, and 8 would be the 3 to fight it out, but 1 and 8 should see us through that first leg of the PA. That is at 1 o'clock with the running of a maiden plate over the 1,000 meters. All right, so we move on to race number 3. This is the third of 8. Of course, this is a preview on a Monday. That is for Tuesday racing, the first of a doubleheader of racing at the Vaal Racecourse. This is on the Classic, and our first handicap of the afternoon is the Fillies and Mares, the 90. Quite a competitive handicap, and it's over the 2,000 meters. Now, favoritism in race number 3 is with a Resurgence stable, and that is of a Stu Pettigrew. There was Sage with Roses looking for back-to-back victories, and that is at 28 to 10. Looking for 3 wins on the trot is a certain Avon Toast. That is the 5, and that is Joe Soma with Craig Zaki. Welcome back to Craig after a brief break, after a grueling season. Number 3, Apache Fighter, also showing signs of life, is at 4 to 1. 9 to 2, the 6, I Am Regal. The 7 Album Factor, the 2 Indian Ocean, looking for back-to-back victories with Striker aboard, is at 11 to 2. And finally, the 7 Alpha Betty is at 6 to 1. Now, why I went through the betting for all 7 runners, just the tightness, the compactness of that betting. 7 to 1, 6 to 1 is the price of the biggest outsider.
Yes, and you know, I have to put it out there. Originally I had field in the opening leg of the pick 6, but my perm's way too costly. I decided to cut down in the opening leg and go field at the back, because that is a tricky race. So I'm taking my chances in the opening leg. You know, Cecil, when Striker got off Indian Ocean, when he booted home last time, he said the race didn't go according to plan. He would have liked to be handier. Now, I thought that was quite an encouraging run, in that she gave weight all around to the field and start, because she came from the back of the field. What's interesting is she was fitted with a tongue tie last time out, and that gets removed. I don't know the thought process behind that, but that is interesting. I had a look at the pace of this race, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Striker try bounce her and get her to the front this time round. You don't want to be giving, although she got it right last time out, you don't want to be giving weight and start. It's just so much more difficult. Avon Toast. Now, I think this mare certainly benefited from some time off the track.
Yes.
You can see, 2 runs since returning from that layoff, she's unbeaten, and she's been impressive in both of those starts. In the last race, when she beat Have a Party, that form wasn't the strongest.
Yes.
It was the right race for her. In saying that, Ideal Future has franked that form, and she did it effortlessly. Who said, despite the maximum penalty, she can't continue on winning ways? I don't believe the race stops over there. I'll give chances to all the runners. I Am Regal is my third choice, ahead of Say It With Roses. Apache Fighter can't be ignored, and Alphabet T2. So I would have loved to have the field in the opening leg of the bar, but I'm leaning towards Indian Ocean now.
Indian Ocean, that is how we plan to sail through the first leg of the Pick 6, race number 3. 2 and 5, the backup being the 5 ever on toast. Right, don't forget to utilize that Betway app. Of course, we've got the million jackpot that is on the go. In the case of Tuesday and Wednesday, it is races 1 to 8, and of course, you can nominate one of those 8 would-be winners to run a place, and you are in the pound seats, literally in the pound seats. So that is the daily free-to-play bet on Betway. Right, let's get to race number 4. It's a merit at 80. We drop in distance to 1800 meters, and here a lot more open than the preceding race. The favorite is the 5 Blackberry Breeze at 4 to 1. You've got the 9 to 2 about numbers of 1. Stunny Player and the 6 Diesel's Storm. That's Diesel's Shadow, my apologies. It is Rosie Lemon and the 9 Majestic Touch, both at 11 to 2. It's 9 to 8 to 1 and better bar those. Now, I can say up front, Mr. Marie, I don't know if you are in the same corner, but I know a few of us have washed their hands of Majestic Touch.
This horse burnt me, what was it, 2 runs back. We went for a bit of a touch on him.
Yes.
And he let the side down.
And then last time out, moved up as if this is it.
Now, in that race beyond Romeo's Magic, you can see that Romeo's Magic and Blackberry Breeze hold him on that run. But last time out, he finished close up once again. You know, a lot is in this horse's favor. The fitness, the rating, although he got a £3 increase last time out.
Yeah.
He's nearing a winning mark.
Yes.
And from a 1 draw, he should certainly get the run of the race. So I can see him featuring. I do have a preference for Diesel's Shadow, though.
Yeah.
You know, in his penultimate start, I was very upset with myself because I read the comments in the front of the book and it put me off him. But he won. And then last time out, he didn't have much luck in running. He was left with no cover. He moved up sweetly. It looked like he was going to challenge. And then he just gave away late. He's having his peak run with a bit of cover. I can see this horse bounce back to winning ways. So I'm going to be leaning towards Diesel's Shadow. Now, Blackberry Breeze. I fancied his chances last time out, and he was on the rail turning for home. And he came outwards, and he found a little bit of trouble he sort of had to ease for a stride. I thought that he could have finished closer. If he had to go down the inside with the eventual winner, I think they would have fought it out. So I'll give him another chance. You can see he's ready to win again. The improver in the race could be number 2 of here, Global Impact. He's having his peak run. Have a look at his rating. It's plummeted now. The stable's obviously on song, but what catches my eye is they're trying him with blinkers. And if you recall this horse, when he last won, he went off and he had them on the back foot from the jump. He went well clear of the field. I don't know, maybe they just adopt new tactics, send him to the front. Hopefully he settles with those blinkers and I can see him featuring over here. I'm leaning towards Diesel Shadow. I think it's a tricky race.
So basically it will be 6 from 2 tentatively, would it be? Or 6, 4, 5 and 2?
I'm actually going 6, 9, 5, 2.
Okay, that is the first leg of the first jackpot, and that is an outlay of 80 Rand. Racing 240 for racing. For you, merit rated 80 handicap over the 1800. All right, so we get into the second half of an 8-race program, the first of a doubleheader. Tuesday, Wednesday, we will be in the Northern Free State at the Vaal Racecourse, and race number 5 is a middle stakes, and like the preceding races, it is a very competitive. The 5 Rainbow Reward is part of a 4-pronged attack from the Johan Janssen van Vuren stable, and that will be the mount of Kabela Matsunyane, who has ridden it once for a second, and that was behind the stable companion Chayavana. The 2, the Africa House, in the same silks. Sean Terry sends out over the 1200 meters. Gavin Arena aboard 4 to 1. The 3, Call Me When You Need Me. Great return back to form, 9 to 2, 6 to 1. And better bar those quoted runners. Well, we do know that the Call Me When You Need Me form line was frank. What you make of that field on that day is subjective, I think. And that is, you had Wings Within Me come through and beat what was a well-weighted horse in Lucy, I think it was, who was supposed to romp home with all the weight variations, etc., but wasn't to be.
Yes. You know, she got a hefty penalty last time out. Call me when you need me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give her a chance of, yeah, let's have a look at the best weighted column because it's not a handicap.
Yeah.
So it favors the fairer sex of, yeah, Sunshine Day, Law of Success, Call Me When You Need Me. Let's touch on my second pick, Law of Success.
Yes.
Now, she's had 3 goes over this course and distance. She's run second, third, and fourth. So she's never actually finished out the money. She's got 52.5 to shoulder. She's got a neat draw. And she's ultra consistent. So I'll give her a winning chance over here. But, Cecil, I found some value over here. And I really hope that this week we can kick off on a winning note.
If you would just indulge me, because I usually try and do my old mind reading, and I can tell you that it's number 11, Super Awesome.
It's not. I went for Super Awesome last time out with the blinkers, you remember?
Yes.
And he came out slowly. But number 10, this is we're gonna land a gamble with this one.
Sion the
Sit
Conqueror.
tight over here, Cecil. Number 10, Sion the Conqueror.
Uh-huh.
Go back and watch his latest replay.
Yes.
He lost it at the start. He was making a strong challenge towards the outside. He had to be eased. Everything went wrong for him last time out. Go back to his penultimate start behind Bob's Your Uncle. He is held by others, but he was unlucky on that occasion. He had excuses. He had the worst of draws. Today, he's jumping from stall gate number 1. I cannot believe his current price of 16 to 1. I'm suggesting to the viewers, get on early. Have your each way bets. I don't think you'll miss the money. I think this, although he's not favorably treated at the weights, I think this is the perfect race for him to bounce back to winning ways. It's been some time for him, but Marco will steal this one home for the boys. Each way number 10, Sion the Conqueror.
Last time I watched the race, actually, that you're talking about with all of Sion the Conqueror and the ownership that included Gavin Eustace. So I do remember that race, and they were a bit feeling a bit hard done by. Well, if Tuesday's card at the Vaal, that is on the classic track, it doesn't get those juices flowing, I don't think many other things will, apart from, of course, a July day or a Summer Cup day. But it is race number 6, the Fillies and Mares, the 92 divided handicap over the 1,000 meters. Another very competitive affair, where in a race number 6, the best bet in computer form is in the colors of Suzette Fillion, and that is number 2, Virginia Beach, who's in good form, 15 to 10. The one missed in Scotland, Conqueror over Virginia Beach last time out, that is at 3 to 1. Number 8, Glawari, 11 to 2, 13 to 2. The 6, Green Flash. The 3, War Queen, 7 to 1, 7 to 1. The 5, Golden Aspen. It is 25s and better bar those quoted runners. Well, I was just looking at that missed in Scotland, the form line. I thought that was the one to look at, because you had the horse that ran second. Stable were a bit disappointed that they ran second after a good win previous, but they did put that right after that.
Who is that now?
Exchange Student.
Exchange Student?
Yes.
Oh, right, yes.
Came out and won again.
Correct. Yeah, missing Scotland. I think she did disappoint last time out, but I don't believe Scottsville's really her game. It's got that uphill. It catches a lot of horses out.
Oh, gee, I've been to the start. Have you ever been down to the start?
No,
of Scott?
never.
Please do yourself a favor. You cannot see the finishing flag. Flag.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, she's back at the Vaal. She loves it over here. In saying that, she is badly out at the weights with several that she beat last time out. Well, in her penultimate start, namely Virginia Beach, who ran second or third in that race. She was fitted with blinkers in her later start, and she was victorious over Waterloo. I think she's as much as 3.5 kilograms better off with Mist in Scotland. So I don't think there will be that much separating Mist in Scotland and Virginia Beach. Now, also in that race was a filly called Green Flash.
Mm-hmm.
She was unfortunate in that race in that she never got a run for most of the straight, because it was up the straight. Now Gavin takes the ride for Mr. Verner's.
Plus 1 kg.
Plus up 1. But he's still she's still 5 kilograms better off with Missed in Scotland. And if she gets a smooth running transit, I can certainly see her featuring. Glawari, I went for this fully in her penultimate start and her post-maiden run. She won last time out at big odds. Jared knows her well. Wouldn't discount her chances. And then War Queen is better than her last few starts. Look for improvement on her behalf. I'm leaning towards Green Flash ahead of numbers 1, 2, 3, and 8 in no particular order.
Right, there it is, the trifecta box, and maybe you might just venture a quartet box with those same numbers. That's Daryl's thoughts on race 6. All right, so as we continue with the Wager to Win show, proudly brought to you by Betway, proud sponsors of the PSL, which is now just a weeks away. 14 September is a date you need to bear in mind, and it'll start with that Swane Derby that will be reigning champions Sundowns against former champions of Supersport. Right now, let's talk racing. Last chance to get involved in a double race, number 7. This is Ameritrade at 80 over the 1,000 meters, and just having a look at a betting guide at this early stage. It is 3-1 the 5 Water Tiger, the 6 the Kinshan Shah 7-2, and then we're looking at a 9-2 about the 4 On Cue, and then 5-1 and better bar the secret chord going for the genuine hat trick, Mr. Marie.
I actually think 5-1 is quite tasty.
It's tasty.
Now listen to this. So we tipped coming in hot in his penultimate start.
And then left it to run alone because you stuck us all into
French Impact. How
Does
this game work?
I've never forgiven you for that. I'm sorry you brought it up.
Now we know coming in hot was in the same race that Secret Chord won last time out. You know, he's 2 from 2 as a gelding.
Yeah.
He's finally having his peak run now. And off a 76, I think he could score the hat-trick of here. I certainly wouldn't be surprised. I think he's in cracking form. Form line's been franked. Last time out, he never went to the front. He got a little bit of cover. Look who he's drawn next to. The very speedy Water Tiger. I think Muzi's just going to slot him behind and track him for as long as possible. Let him do the work and pounce late. So I like Secret Chord's chances over here. I think 5-1 is value. There isn't much separating Water Tiger and Kinshan Shah. I'm just leaning towards Kinshan Shah because I think he's better at the Vaal. For that reason only, I really think Kinshan Shah's got at his best at the Vaal. So I'm going in order 7, 6, 5.
Okay, your old mate suggests that whenever the Weber twins run well, one of them runs well, both run well, and I'm talking about Nkandla Gold and Pala Millions. Any chance?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, let's put it that way. Pala Millions ran a very poor race last time out. He was beaten by quite some distance, wasn't he?
That was quite a distance, 6.75 lengths. Right, there's the exacta, 6 and 7. That is the way of Mr. Marie for race number 7 as we now head to the curtain close.